Ooh. Plant delivery. Should probably remove all of this stuff. Right. I cannot even remember what I got. Put it down here and then I can put everything up there so we can see it all. So we have got a good amount of plants here. I just ordered lots and lots of different stems and different colours and textures. I've also prepared some dirted tanks out there that are currently empty, ready to be planted into with these lot. I'm doing a lot with my hands today. Yeah, here we go, look, I've got these tanks out here currently. Well, this one's a little bit left over from a previous plant delivery. So I've got, down here, we should be able to see it. So we've got dirt at the bottom, capped with sand. It's not a huge amount of sand, not a huge amount of dirt either, but it's enough so that the plants are growing really nicely. I mean, look at the top of that Ludwigia, that's all new growth. And this is all new growth on that Pagostemon stellatus as well there. There's the main stemlet and it's just, so yeah, we've got room in that one for some more. And we've got this whole tank as well. They're both running on a couple of little hang on the back filters, nice cheap ones, cheap lighting as well. Yeah, it's really good just to have this, and then I can just go and take trimmings when I want. There we go, look at that, all clear. Time lapse ran out actually, but I put in quite a few plants there. So we've got Rotala rotundifolia at the back, and that's Hygrophila something or other. It'll look different. Most of these plants will look completely different in a couple of weeks' time when they've actually grown through a bit. You know, like the S. repens down here does not look like that. It looks much more tighter and compact. And that Altanantha as well, again, all looking completely different. Over on this tank though, this one, we've got the Macrandra from the 1-2 grow, so in the little tiny pots, and we've got Rotala HR, really looking forward to that growing out. And we've got, I've never had it before, but in the 1-2 grow pots, this is an Echidodorus Rosa, I think it is. So it's like it's basically a sword, but it'll grow a lot bigger than that. It's gonna stay nice and pink. Should look good. These tanks, looking cool. They've got a slight more of a pinky glow to them. Apparently that's much better for growing plants, but I wouldn't have it on an actual aquascape, to be honest. So this right here is my rainbow fish aquarium. I set it up with Matt like, just over a month ago now. Anyway, I've not done a single thing to it since it's been set up, not even water changes. I did water testing, it was absolutely fine. So, I mean, the thing is I put a load of recycled media in the filter when it's set up, so everything's brilliant anyway. The thing is though, it does need some maintenance. Couple of things to note, it's very gloomy, and that's because all the reeds at the top, I called them reeds, that it's obviously Vallisneria, but it's very, very sort of gloomy in there now, because there's some of them are looking a bit dodgy and they need to be cut off. We've got absolutely tons of new growth though, so look down here. Right there, see all of these runners that are coming off? That is all new. That wasn't there before. And I think it's not getting enough light down there, so the actual new growth is looking a bit sort of browny, I think. It's really healthy, it's just got a horrible tinge to it. And also, this glass is filthy, look, that needs a good scraping. But that, as always, is the easiest of fixes, especially with this sort of scrapey scrape tool. One of these absolute must in your fish room, especially if you've got big tanks. Like you know the magnet scrapers, they're pretty good for getting off like, you know, a little bit of loose algae, but when it's sort of welded on like this stuff, like green spot, that's just been there for a while, you kind of just go in with the razor and it comes off so much easier. I mean, I've done half the tank already, look. Well, almost half. Good thing is when you go near the sand as well, look, you can sort of stir it up a bit. It's looking pretty good down there, to be honest. There's not a lot of light down there. Once I've cleaned all this up and sorted out the top, I'll show you the rainbow fish, because they are looking so good nowadays. They're freaking out a bit. Obviously the first time any maintenance has been done in a month, so they're not used to me doing this. Right, that's gone really well. The glass already looks 10 times better. We can see the fish a little bit more. Look at that Bosmani in the middle there. Where's the blue? Where's the blue? There's the blue. Look at that. And the colour's not even bright at the moment. It's midday. So first thing in the morning, coloration, like on those oranges especially, is so much brighter than now, but they still look really good. There's the the neon, dwarf neons, 2 males. I've got females as well. Oh yeah, there's a female, another male. Oh, they're looking beauty. And that's without much light coming down. To be honest, these lights that I've got, the floodlights, don't get me wrong, they grow plants, but they do keep a sort of monotony sort of colour throughout. Some would probably say a bit more realistic. But if you have something like, I don't know, a fluval plant or something like that, which has got multicoloured LEDs in, you do get a lot more colour popping on the fish. I'm thinking about switching over soon, to be honest. But first of all, I've got to sort out some of these reeds. Some of them are looking like proper vibrant and green and good, and others are looking like bad. So I'm going to try and thin it out as best I can. The only way really to do this is to pick up the bad ones, run your fingers along down to the base and break it off there, which will take a fair bit of time, but I think it's worth it. Right, that has cleaned out an absolute ton. It looks so much brighter in the tank now. From the top, look, you can see there's less gunk and everything getting caught up, which means the surface skimmer on the filter is actually working now. Now, what I did was removed any leaf that wasn't almost perfect, and yeah, much better results. Some of the ones over here, look, are a little bit sort of yellowy. That's not because they're dying or anything, they're just brand new. I think it's going to take a little, see, all these yellowy ones are more coming from that section that I told you about down there that's got all those runners, look. So hopefully they're going to keep sending out green ones, and what I'll do, I'll just every now and again do what I did then and just pick off the odd really long or not so perfect ones. But overall, the whole tank looking so much better. I now need to turn on the internal power head, which has got like a little upward shooty thingy spout, and that gives us our like across the top flow, which looks much better, looks much more rivery. Yeah, I think I might have angled that a little bit too high. That's alright, I suppose. It does give it that proper ripply effect on the surface, so all good. Yeah, underneath the water as well, it does look proper shimmering, as if you'd see in a river. Clouded the water a little bit there, it'll be clear in a minute. But I actually took out a whole bucket's worth, look, of the Vallisneria. That's how much was in there that didn't need to be, but back on track. So it is now the next day. The tank has cleared up beautifully. The fish this morning, they're looking so good. There we go, look, crystal clear tank, but look at these fish now. Look at that sunset in the middle. Oh, look at the colours on them all. They're looking so good. Bosemani as well. Starting to get more blues now. To start with, there was just a bit of yellow, but now look, there's that blue coming into the front of the fish as well, which is really good. Currently experiencing lots of spawning behaviour from the dwarf neons there. Lots of rubbing up against the females, pushing the females into the back area so they can do stuff. There we go, look, see? She'll be all right. They don't do this all the time. I think it's because it's morning maybe, and that's breeding time for rainbow fish. But what about the cories? Oh, there's one, Venezuelan orange. But there's some skunks in here as well. Where are they? Right, I'll get the food out and they'll come all in the foreground. Yeah, it's quite funny. Cories will not perform unless rewarded. Right, the rainbows will try and eat some of these, but a good amount should sink down. I'm trying to get them to go in this foreground area. Pretty quickly as well, the cories should realise that it's there, but we'll come back in a minute and see them all. They look so good, it's worth the wait. Right, lots of the Venezuelans look coming into the foreground, but come on skunks, where are you? I can see one hiding right in that background area. Can you see that? Come to the foreground. They're not usually scared of me. I'm just sat here doing my computer, catching up on the Formula 1, and I'm just sat here watching, so it's actually a really cool place to be able to sit, you know, like you work here and then you've got this going on right next to you, and I'm on my wheels as well, on my chair with wheels, so I can sort of just scoot across whenever I want, take a little look. It's a good looking tank, isn't it? It's a very natural style tank, this one I went for. Not a complicated hardscape, just one piece. No, it's two pieces, but I made it look like it like merged into one piece. There's a full build video for this if you're interested. But we want to see the skunks, guys. Come on, come out. Ah, here they come, here they come. No, don't go. Oh, well, there's one of them. No, not you. Come on, there we go. Look, you can see the difference in the size. There's a Venezuelan right behind him there, or her, and they're like 3 times the size, I'd say. There's my finger up against the glass, so yeah, really good size and really healthy as well. Love them. But you can't beat this absolute boss of the tank. Look at the size of that. Right, I know they get a lot bigger than that, and other people have got bigger ones than that, but it's a really good size, right? Saying that, it's not the biggest, because this one is the biggest and the most colourful, probably the dominant male of the whole group, I think. Right centre stage, eating whatever he wants. Absolutely love this tank. I'm really glad I did this style.